This movie's fucking weird and terrible. That's how I'm starting the review. It's fucking weird and terrible. The movie starts off with two people winning the lottery. They're gonna send his child away, and then they crash, and one of them fucking dies, and one of them gets severely injured. Now he kills the two people that thought he was dead, and we're doing an autopsy on him. And he like lives in in that asylum now. Don't know how he got away with that. Like, you'd think cops would come after they got killed. You would have to kill all those cops. He ends up getting killed by a teenager in this movie. Yeah, fucking weird. There's a church in the hospital. I didn't know that was a thing until I Googled it, but I'll talk about that later, because that was fucking weird. Um, we have three rock stars, and one of them is immediately horny for the only other black character in the movie, which, felt weird. I don't know why they did that. I guess they wanted two black characters to like each other, even though it goes nowhere. They don't even have a scene together besides, like, the fucking long-ass hallucination where they, like, run towards each other and hug each other and kiss. And it's like fucking 3 minutes long in slow motion. It's hard to watch. And then they do it again later, but this time he's like fucking dry humping her or something. What is going on in this movie? He's the first one to get killed. And he's like, he could have just said no or something. The one girl gets called the D slur for literally no reason. Then she ends up trying to kill this guy because he accused her of killing someone. Totally makes sense. She shows her tits in one scene for reasons unknown. She basically becomes like the new main character. She's the only one that really fights and shit. She's walking around in the asylum. She finds both her friends dead, and she doesn't leave. She decides to stay and fight the killer instead of leaving. Characters know things that they shouldn't know. Like, two characters go missing. Of course, he knows that because he watched them leave. But there's this one nerdy kid that I can't fucking stand. He was really annoying in the movie. He ends up going missing, but he left after the other dude left. So how would he know that he's missing? No idea how. He ends up getting killed by getting a drill in the head, and the guy makes a pun every time he kills them, because I guess that's his thing. And the pun this time was like he wanted a different baseball card or something. I don't know what the dude was talking about, but he had like a card collection. I'm not a sports fan, so I don't know if it was sports, Pokemon, whatever. There is one good joke in the movie that I really liked, and that was the fact that one girl with really bad acting that says the N-word, and she's white, yet she has the audacity to fucking tell the girl that Malcolm X would disown her because she likes a black dude, because he acts too white, but she says the N-word to her black friend. She doesn't call her it, but she says the N-word. Doesn't make it less okay, but I just did want to clarify that she didn't call her it. But to say that Malcolm X would disown her because she likes another black dude's fucking weird. Weird. And then she's saying the N-word. Well, she gets killed. And she's like, I'm a Republican, I voted for Reagan. And then he's like, oh, I respect your First Amendment right, but I sure as hell don't respect it, or something like that. Then he has this awesome fucking laugh. That was the only line I liked in the movie. It was amazing. In fact, that's what made me want to watch the movie, because I saw a clip on TikTok of that. But, it took me like 6 months to watch this movie. It was just on my list forever. Eventually, one girl gets killed because she sits in a fucking chair. He's walking towards her, and then she sits in a chair, and she's still begging him not to kill her. He's walking towards her with a saw or something. She's not hurt at all. She's just sitting in the chair, begging him not to kill her. And he's walking towards her painfully slow, which makes it even more stupid. Then she gets killed, and then her friend, not her friend, the rock star girl finds her dead. So now the one main character dude that gets called mom by his girlfriend, which was insane. We'll talk about that later. um Fucking thinks she killed her, which, no surprise because she literally tried to kill him. She tried to kill him after he's accused her of killing someone. She tried to kill him, but now she's all self-righteous and like, oh, I didn't kill her, it was some other dude. But he hears his girlfriend scream, so he runs away. Also, the killer, I guess he only kills one people at a time, which they contradict later, runs away when the guy comes and tells the girl she's lucky that he's not killing her yet. I guess he can't kill them when there's two of them. It's fucking weird. But then later, when him and the girl are walking, he hits him with a needle and takes them both or whatever. Also, even though they think she's the killer, they state it multiple times in the movie, during the scene where he kidnaps them, they talk like the killer is a male. They think it's a girl, but they talk like the killer is a male in that scene. They also later go and pray, like, in the fucking thing, like, I hope our friend is not dead, because they still think he's missing at this point, and they pray for their dead friends or whatever. He ends up dying by getting his toes cut off, which I think is pretty stupid. I know it would hurt. I sure as hell wouldn't want to go through it. But having that in a horror movie is just a fucking weird-ass death. He gets like 5 toes cut off and then he bleeds out. What kind of death is that in a horror movie? And I do want to go to the mom thing. Her mom is the killer's girlfriend that died in the beginning of the movie. So she asks if he'll be his mom or something, and he agrees. Fucking, it's weird. I thought it was just weird, wording, but no, later in the movie, she calls him mom again, and, there's a scene where he picks up a condom and she tells him mom that's incest. It's weird. It doesn't even seem like a joke. She runs away. The acting is so bad in this movie. Then eventually the punk rock girl comes in, fights the dude. She wins but doesn't double tap him like any, typical horror character. But then she ends up backing into this thing, and she gets like turned into one of those like square boxes that were in the Monsters Inc. movie. That's all they can think of. And her hand like sticks out. So the only character that was actually fighting people in this movie dies by an accidental dumb mistake. The main character of the movie is the killer's daughter, but he decides that he wants to have sex with her. And they don't even acknowledge that he's really the dad until she kills him. Because I guess she figured that out or whatever. Because he kept saying that he thought she was someone else. And I guess she knows that's his mom or her mom or whatever. And she somehow knows about the fact that they were going to send her off to boarding school with their like millions of dollars. Even though they said that in the car. Like, they won the lottery, got in the car, left the fucking gas station. Presumably, we don't see that. But they're in the car talking about how they just won the lottery. So, it was definitely a decision they just made on the fly. And then the mom fucking dies and he goes missing. So, how did she know about that she was going to get sent to boarding school? How? But yeah, she's mad at him for that, so she kills him. Then she leaves. Which makes no sense. Because she still thinks her one friend is missing, so you think she would go back and help him, but no. This movie is fucking weird, man. She also, even though she's a good person, says the D slur. And he says the D slur too, her dad, so I guess her dad has something in common with her, and he does it like It's like a reference to what she said earlier, even though he wasn't around when she said that. Weird as hell. Also, the fact that he's supposed to be living in this asylum, but earlier in the movie, the black dude is like, and I'm calling him the black dude because I don't know any of these characters' names. That's how forgettable it was. But, the black dude is like, oh yeah, those are those like rock stars. I'll go deal with them. He knows who they are. So that means they've been performing in this abandoned asylum for who knows how long, which will lead me to another dumb thing. So why hasn't he killed them? Is it because of his dumb little, he doesn't kill two people at a time, and since they're all three together rocking out, it doesn't work? But he does kill people two at a time, like when he stabbed the dude with the needle and took both of them. I don't get it. And you'd think since they've apparently been using these bathrooms, or I guess they never had to go to the bathroom until this specific day, who knows how long they've been performing here, where the girl that says the N-word, where she gets killed in the bathroom, she graffitis the word persons on the men's bathroom. So I guess she's progressive, even though she fucking says the N-word when she's white. Fucking weird. So she puts persons on the men's bathroom, which alerts him to her, so he hides in one of the stalls and then he ends up killing her or whatever. I guess she's just now mad about that. There's graffiti fucking everywhere in the hospital. Outside, inside, almost every fucking room. Yet he's never killed them before. It's weird. Why is he just now killing them? Because they needed more bodies? This movie was fucking weird, man. That is it this time.